a lot of collaborations and partnerships. We do that, but also you can come to our community center, which is the Aloha Resource and Community Center. We're very fortunate. We just moved into a 4,600 square foot space, which really gives us an opportunity to do the work that we're doing. So we will be doing book clubs, language classes. We have keiki story time, which is giving a space for parents to bring their keiki, their kids, to our center. We have a Pacific Islander library, and we do a lot of health programs. So there's so much. But to really connect with us, visit our website, and also we're very active on Instagram.
Okay, awesome. That's perfect. And yeah, I have the website up right now. Yeah, kalohcc.org. Super easy to get to. I'm pretty sure my wife's listening at home. I'm gonna have to get in on this taro farm business because she requests that I make poi all the time, and I am on it for her. I got to make sure that she is not an islander. She didn't grow up with it, and she did the normal thing, right? They're like, what are you making here, bud? Trust me. And now she loves it. So I'm gonna have to get in on this farm with you.
Yeah, definitely, especially in the summertime, everybody who comes in volunteer, and just a heads up to the Blazers, and the staff and everybody. We do welcome like staff retreats or get-togethers at our farm, and whatever you folks harvest, you get to take home with you. So that's kind of that's the whole purpose of having the mala, is giving that opportunity for people, and also if you become a Kalo member, we have exclusive ways of getting poi from Hawaii to our people here in Oregon.
Oh, very very nice. I know my mom. It was her birthday's on Monday, and we had a dinner for her last night. And she had a special recipe she wanted, but there's only this one specific pepper that's in Hawaii, and Auntie Barbara has to bring it every time she comes to town. Like, you know what we're all about. But that's it's just so fun, man. So fun.
I know what you're talking about because it's the only chili pepper that makes the best the chili pepper water.
Yeah,
you can't use the chili peppers up here. Yeah, yeah.
See, so you know, and how hard is it though to have the organization you have here? And like you said, you do a very good job connecting with Hawaii and everyone there. But I mean, that's literally a world away, half a world away in the middle. Like, how hard is it to keep that connection?
I think we're very privileged. Very fortunate that our organization actually has a lot of our leaders and our program, especially our staff. We were all raised in the culture, and so that being able to surround the work that we're doing with those people with that knowledge is what really is the passion that gets put into Kalo. So, is there definitely this feeling of absence? Like, we feel that loss of being home. Absolutely. But it really does benefit us that we surround ourselves with that. So it does make it hard, but because we have those relationships at home, we bring so many people from Hawaii. We want to be able to keep our people connected. So we do bring them here to do workshops throughout the whole year. We partner with all the different universities to bring those workshops to keep people grounded in Hawaii.
Absolutely. And a last question for you. Growing up, like, I was a big wrestling fan, right? And so, like, I saw Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and the minute I found out that he had ties to the island, I'm like, that's my guy. Like, I love that guy. And then same with all sports. If you find someone that has those connections, you just become connected, and that leads to that larger thing for any community about how representation matters. So on that level, outside of just the work you do in reaching out, just how important is it to see events like this that can put a highlight on a community? Because there maybe is someone out there who goes, oh man, like, there's that connection I was striving for, and that's the importance there that maybe is overlooked by a lot of people.
It's basically what you just said. The representation is so important because being so far away from home and living in the sense of diaspora, really that displacement piece, it has us, we lose that sense of identity. And so when you're able to have these, when organizations such as the Trailblazers put on something this large where the reach is so vast, that allows for our people who were missing, right, who were not able to connect with, they can see themselves. And I think the biggest thing too is so many of us we live here now, and just like you were saying, like, we're raising our kids here. And so for us, we're very fortunate to see the aunties, the uncles, our grandmas, our tutus, and all of that. And here we don't have that much. And so for the kids, our next generation, that is super huge because then they believe that they can be more than what the Western idea with that's in our books are saying. So that's what makes it really important.
Absolutely. Well, Leigh, I know it's a very busy evening for everyone. I cannot thank you enough for stopping by. Once again, go to calohcc.org for plenty of more information. Get involved, and I'm pretty. You don't got to be. You don't have to have Hawaiian blood to get involved, right? Just get
Not
in
at
there,
all.
become part of the bigger family. But once again, thank you so much. It's last chance. Is there anything else you want to talk about or get off your chest, or
You
do
know,
we
just
get it?
I think the biggest thing is just mahalo to the Trailblazers, to the Trailblazers Foundation for having us. Mahalo to the community of Oregon for welcoming and showing us so much aloha.
Oh man, absolutely. I cannot echo that enough. We're gonna take a quick break here though on Blazers Game Day. When we come back, we're gonna head down to the coaches' corner, hear what Coach Billups has to say ahead of this game against the Heat. This is Blazers Game Day on your home of the Blazers, Rip City Radio 620. All right. How we doing, YouTube? You guys are awesome. Thank you for. I apologize for audio issues. That was recorded like right on the fly. We just got going. They came up here right as I started going live. I wasn't expecting it, but thanks for sticking with it. I appreciate it. That's very important to have those conversations and have that group here again. Calo HCC. Head over to calohcc.org. It's pretty awesome. So pretty awesome. Well, what do favorite Disney movie? Moana, Lilo Stitch. Yeah, go with all the Hawaiian movies. You'll enjoy it. You'll love it. You'll love it. But anyway, we're gonna go. I'll be back in a few minutes. Just want to say thank you. You guys are absolutely awesome. Timmy Hammock's outside the arena. He'll come find me. You better. You better. But we'll be back here in just a minute.
here at Moda, so he's coming.
Happy to be back?
I am, man. I am. It was a good trip. It was long. It felt long, man. It felt long, but it was a good trip. I thought the team played well. Wish we could have closed out a couple of them games, but, man, we played well, so happy to be home in my own bed.
Donovan get the start tonight, Coach? Just Donovan get the start?
Yeah, DC will start, yeah.
And Denny, too, and Shea seem to have found a nice little rhythm, kind of playing off each other. Where do you think that kind of comes from, and where does that go?
Well, you want it to just keep getting better. I think they're just starting to really become familiar with each other. Anytime, I'm always pressing the guys, anytime we can, actually rebound with our wings and our guards, and, I don't want to call no plays. I want us to just play free, have fun, play with some space, and play for each other. With that group, we've been doing a much better job of that. And even then, when they slow it down, they're just learning how to play with one another. And then, Ant's been back, playing like his normal self. Shay's taking a step, then he's comfortable, and two is actually starting to show some of his improvements, in terms of that group that you mentioned. So I'm happy for him. It's been fun. Our offense has been much better because of those guys.
Chauncey, we haven't had, good to see you first.
How you doing, man?
Good. We don't get a chance to see your team that much, but curious about the career path that Scooter's on and how he's progressing, this year.
Yeah, Scooter's been he's been a little up and down this year. I think he had we're just coming off of this trip. I think he had a pretty good trip. To be honest with you, our very last game, he was very disruptive for them. He shoots 12 free throws in the game. He's getting to the basket, starting to turn the ball over less and less. So he's getting better. I'm sure that, he wishes that it was a lot faster, the process, but you can't rush. You can't rush this process. You really can't. You can't speed up the growth of a tree, man. It has to happen, so he's getting better. And I love his attitude. You can tell that even when he plays not up to his standard, you never know. He just takes it on the chin and he keeps balling. So that's something that I admire about him. But he's doing better though.
Good. Thank you.
You said after December ended, you wanted to see some improvement on defense on that trip. Basically, the defense rating, I think, dropped 11 points from December to that trip. You feel pretty good about how you guys played?
I do. We really focused in and tried to be much better on the defensive end since Christmas or whatever, but we were so poor in December, but I think we've done a good job. We've been a lot more disruptive. Our pressure's picked up better. And, I do think we've made a pretty good adjustment there. But we still have a ways to go on both ends, really. But since we're talking about defense, we just still have we got a ways to go there.
Any other questions?
All right, there you hear Coach ahead of the game tonight against the Heat. We missed the first part, so we'll get you caught up there. Best way to get caught up, quite honestly, when you're trying to figure all this stuff out is go onto social media. It doesn't really matter what platform you are on, and make sure you're given at Hyken, our Trailblazers insider Sean Hyken, a follow. He has confirmed that DeAndre Ayton and Robert Williams are both out tonight, and Donovan Clingan will get the start at center. So if you heard that in the last few seconds of the audio there, that's good, I guess, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, Donovan Clingan getting the start. I like that. I like that. I want to see the guy get lots of PT. So I'm glad he's in there tonight as well. And then, of course, I think there's some progression coming through with Jeremy Grant. Said he's getting better but still experiencing a lot of jaw and neck soreness. They're going to ramp him up over the next couple of days. That is what Coach Billups was saying there in the presser. So there's your injury update. And, of course, Miami, man. They're without Jimmy Butler, right? I think we'll talk about that. That's going to be my Coors cold hard fact. We're going to get into this, have some fun, and get everybody up to speed. Heading on over to the YouTube chat once again. Timmy said he's offended that the audio was so bad. I apologize. I asked my wife too. Did you listen? She said no. The audio was messed up. Well, I'm producing and hosting at the same time, guys. The audio was good on radio, though. I promise you that. I promise you that. YouTube, though, I messed that bad boy up a little bit. But before we get too deep into Miami and Portland, let's take a look at what happened to your Trailblazers as they ended their 5-game road trip 2 nights ago in Dallas, where they lost 117 to 111. I think a lot can be made about what happened at the end there, man. The foul calls were pretty atrocious, right? I still do not understand how Shaedon Sharpe can go up for a dunk, get clearly hit on the forearm, and then after review have the refs still say that it was a clear block that sent the ball back. No, it was not. It was a foul. You messed that one up. Own it, all right? Own it. But it wasn't just that. There was a lot that happened in that game. On the Dallas side of things, they didn't have Luka. They didn't have Kyrie. Apparently, it didn't matter. Jaden Hardy had 25 points. P.J. Washington had 23. 21 points from Derek Lively, who kind of did whatever he wanted in this one. 9 of 13 from the floor. Also had 16 rebounds. And then 17 points from Spencer Dinwiddie. Najee Marshall had 11. On the Blazers side of things, Denny Avdia had a slow scoring night. He was 4 of 12 with just 9 points. He did have 8 rebounds and 4 assists, 11 points from Tumani Kamara. DeAndre Ayton had 6 points, 6 rebounds. Not a great game there. Anthony Simons, 22 points, and 22 points as well from Shaedon Sharpe. Scoot Henderson off the bench had 20 points, 4 assists, and then Donovan Clingan in 24 minutes had 11 points and 11 rebounds. So a very good game there. Of course, DeAndre Ayton dealing with some injuries and stuff. He only played 20 minutes, and Donovan Clingan, you got to give him a ton of credit for getting in there, getting the job done. Blazers just got hosed on the rebounds in that one. That was not great, if you ask me. I wanted them to be much better at the rebounding in the rebounding battle, and they just couldn't get it done. I thought the Blazers could have taken advantage of not having Kyrie and Luka and everybody else, but apparently that was just a bridge too far. They couldn't do it, and it just shocks me a little bit that they couldn't get that done. Again, the Blazers fell 117 to 111 in Dallas. And the music, I'm sure you're hearing it. The music is bumping. The place is lively. We got a desk next to me set up. People can come get their henna tattoos. There's plenty of stuff going on throughout the night. We have a full list here. You'll get this little passport when you come in. It's going to tell you everything that's going on. There's going to be DJs up here at the Pines. They got pre-game action, special halftime presentation, special national anthem singer Adrian Dawn of the Filipino American, who's going to be singing that. Special halftime show, White Lotus Dragon and Lion Dance during halftime. Photo booth, special food, everything here as they're celebrating Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Night. Like I said, I couldn't be happier to be here. It was so cool to get Kahlo HCC to come join me. Obviously, you guys know, you listen. Very, very proud of my island heritage. So to be here tonight and celebrating it with everyone is pretty cool. But here we go, Shagger. Let's see what we could do here, because we're gonna take a break. But when we do, I told him I'm gonna play the music, not him. There we go. Oh yeah, some island vibes. We're gonna vibe out with some island music here. We're gonna take a quick break though. When we return, we're gonna hit you with my Coors Cold Hard Facts. And they involve Miami Heat, and what they should be expecting right now as Jimmy Butler looks to hit the trade market. This is Blazers Game Day presented by Coors Light. We'll return after the break right here on your home of the Blazers, Rip City Radio 620.
All right, keep this coming. A little more. Sorry about the best number there. Keep it coming. We're in break. We're in break. 4.5 minutes left in break.
Download the free Upside.
Date 789-7777 or visit ccpg.org.
Test,
Please play
test.
responsibly.
How's that? Any
On
better?
behalf of Boot Hill Casino and
Any
Resort
better?
in
Hope it's better
Kansas.
for you guys.
21 plus age
No, it's been-
eligibility
it's been
varies by
Yeah, it's good. It's
jurisdiction.
perfect on
49
radio.
areas.
They're just
Bonus bets
YouTube's
expire
always a crapshoot getting the
168
audio
hours
good.
after issuance. For
We'll get it right for the fifth quarter. It's going to be a big fifth quarter tonight.
See bkng.co/audio.
Timmy, hey, Chris should be in charge of the music. The Hawaiian tunes, baby. They're beautiful. They're beautiful.
Cody Rhodes' bloodstains are still here. They didn't wash them up from yesterday.
Oh, we're gonna have to go look for those. We're gonna have to go look for those. Anyway, we'll keep messing with this. Hopefully, the audio is better for you guys on YouTube. You guys are awesome. I'm gonna have Chad budget for a producer for me eventually. I promise. Chris Burkhardt here with you, and let me tell you what. It is time for our Coors Cold Hard Fact, and it's factual here that the Miami Heat should absolutely trade Jimmy Butler to whatever team he wants, no matter how much of a low ball offer they get. You know what? It would speak volumes because you know what? All the other players around the league are watching, and you don't want to keep your star unhappy. Like, you got to send him where he wants to go. Doesn't matter what the future of your franchise is when you do it, because that's what they told us, right? That's what they told Portland. Oh, they should definitely trade Damian Lillard anywhere he wants to go, and he wants to go to Miami. A, it's a really good deal, but B, you should definitely trade him because he wants to go here, and the whole league's watching. You should always trade a star where he wants to go. And it's just funny how the turns have tabled, right? The turns have tabled on the Miami Heat. Because now they're not singing the same praises they were a few seasons ago when take the Tyler Hero offer, and any it's the best one, and you got to send him to Miami because that's where Dame wants to go, and let's go Heat. It's funny because again, that's not what the praises they're singing right now. The tune is a whole lot different now that it's their star that wants to get out. So the fact is, Miami gets a little bit of a taste of their own medicine, right? Where's Jimmy Butler going to go, right? And I'll tell you this much. I do not like any of this. I didn't even like Dame doing the whole I want out and this is the only place I want to go. I think, when you have a contract, and that contract says I'm going to play with you through these years. And if you get to a point where you no longer like that contract, you're either getting bought out and you're hitting free agency or you're requesting a trade. And when you request a trade, the result should be, okay, you could request a trade. We'll do our best to facilitate that, but we're sending you where we think you need to go that best fits us, that best helps us in the future. That's what matters the most here, right? And so I don't like this whole, even the Jimmy Butler thing, oh, he wants to get out, but they're trying to facilitate because he wants to go to Phoenix, but then Bradley Beal's going to have a no trade clause waived, and that's there's these players holding so much power. It's a little too much for me. Where should Jimmy Butler play next? Jimmy Butler should play wherever Miami can send him that gives them the best chance to get better moving forward. That's where he should play. And you know what? If that is Utah, it's Utah. If it's Charlotte, it's Charlotte. If it happens to be Phoenix, well then good on them. He got where he wanted to go, and they still got a good deal out of it. That's where he needs to go. That's where he needs to go. Kirk says give them Ayton for Butler and flip Butler. Nah, I'd keep Butler. Butler said he can make any team a contender. Let's see if let put his money where his mouth is. Oh, Timmy says, Kirk, you're missing the entire joke. Yeah, I get the joke. I just want to take advantage of the situation. There you go. Hey, Kirk's smart. Take advantage of the situation, right? And I wouldn't be shocked if there's calls around town from Portland. I mean, if you need to be the team to help facilitate these deals, then be the team to help facilitate these deals. There are teams, because of the way the apron's working, that really can't get involved. So maybe you call them and you get the first deal done that it puts a team under the apron and lets the next move go. Pay attention to what the analysts and the talking heads and everyone around the league are saying. Most people are saying that because of the new CBA, it's very, very hard for certain contracts to be moved now. Especially, look at Milwaukee. Milwaukee can't really get in on the Jimmy Butler deal because of the whole second apron thing. You can't take in more than 100% of your outgoing contracts, and you can't aggregate contracts, so you can't add Chris Middleton and Brook Lopez together to get a deal done. It has to be a one-for-one. Can't take in any more money than you're sending out. And that makes deals a lot harder to come by. So we'll see how this one gets facilitated, because it's going to be hard for Jimmy Butler to get to the teams that he wants to get to without a lot of moving parts. Do I trust that the NBA and GMs are smart enough to find those moving parts? Absolutely. There's so many different deals that we don't even understand how they happen. Remember when the Blazers re-signed Rodney Hood and they ended up signing him to $5 million more than we thought that they had? You guys remember that? And I remember talking to Neil about it in a little group meeting we were having. He's like, no, there's loopholes to all these things and how we pay them, that pretty much any deal we can get a little bit more money than we actually have to get deals done. And it was just like that realization about like, yeah, there's ways to make money work. It's for us who know, the bare minimum or the the base level of the CBA. It's rough, but those GMs, where there's a will, there's a way. They will find a way. Also, shout out Timmy Hammock. He wants them to be traded to the Indiana Mad Ants. That'd be pretty funny. NBA should do trades, money in the bank style, once a year. You have to. If you win the lottery, Timmy. If you win the lottery, you either. Hey, if you win the lottery, you don't get the first pick that year. You get a money in the bank briefcase so you can cash in for any pick in the draft, right? Like if there's okay, I don't really need the guy at first. Oh, the guy who's going to go second's available. Oh, I don't really need him. Guy's going third. Someone's falling. I'm cashing in my money in the bank briefcase. Like, I don't know. I'm just having fun with money in the bank and wrestling references, guys. But no, all joking aside, it is time for Miami to kind of take a dose of their own medicine, right? Because that's what they were feeding Portland for a while, and now they have the sudden realization that, we're not the team that is in running for a star. We're the team that has a star that wants out. And I don't think that's where any team likes to be. It's just funny having everything that's gone down. It's the Miami Heat now that are in that situation. And then Jimmy Butler. I love Jimmy Butler as a player. I just don't know how many assets I'm willing to give up to get him, right? Minnesota didn't work. Philly didn't work. Chicago didn't work. And now all of a sudden Miami didn't work. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me 4 times, shame on GMs, right? That's a weird situation to me. So you look at that, I don't know how many assets I'm giving up to get that guy in-house. Because if I don't think that I can win a championship in the next 3 to 4 years, he's probably going to want out in the next 3 to 4 years. He's the Jim Harbaugh of the NBA. Love Jim Harbaugh. But about 4 years at one spot, and he's like, yeah, what's my next stop? San Jose State, Stanford, San Francisco, Michigan, getting back to the NFL. The Chargers don't win a championship in the next 4 or 5 years. He'll find a new place. It's just crazy. All right, this is Blazers Game Day. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. We're going to have a little bit of fun. We are going to take a break, though. Take a break on this big bad boy. I'm trying to play music and it's not working. What's going on? Oh, man. There it is. There we go. I figured it out. Got to keep up the love over here since everyone likes my music over Shacker's. But we're going to take a break. When we come back, I'm going to give you my keys to the game, what the Blazers need to do to get a win over the Heat, and have a little more fun here in the YouTube chat. You guys are awesome. Thanks for tuning in. Been a crazy show because it is Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Night here at Moda. We had a special guest on from Kahlo HCC. Head over to kahlohcc.org for more information. Get involved. Help the Native Hawaiians and the Pacific Islander community here in the Pacific Northwest. Chris Burkhardt here. This is Blazers Game Day presented by Coors Light on your home of the Blazers, Rip City Radio 620.
For you and I.
Playoffs? We're talking about playoffs. Get in on the action at
Gonna go over air. I solved that problem. Audio problem. All right, back to the YouTube chat. What do you got here? Maybe we help Miami. They helped the Blazers in the Cold Wars one. Good comment, Kurt. Good comment. Timmy says Philly's a different story. They chose to bias over Butler, but still, he's still left disgruntled though. Like it's just. And even if they chose to bias in the moment, like you're Jimmy freaking Butler, dude. You're good. Go just shut him up on the court. Shut him up on the court. Timmy says Miami making the finals and getting thrown off the ladder into a table basically was enough for Butler to be done. It's more like when the New Age Outlaws came out and threw Cactus Jack and Chainsaw Charlie off the stage when they were locked in a dumpster. Like, that's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it is. Once again here, let's put this in the chat. Ba-ba. Hey, everybody, put the website there for Calo HCC in the chat. You guys can go there, get some more information on everything. Yeah, no, you're good. I was just letting you know that, you're not over. Nice. Nice. Yeah, I'm just over here talking to YouTube. You're all good. Back in 3 minutes, YouTube. What else you guys got for me, though? Jake the Snake, the goat of wrestling. Jake the Snake is infinitely easy to root for at this point in his career because that boy had some demons and he went to some dark places, and there was a time and place where he was not a very good dude, and he fixed that. And I think that's something to applaud, man. He could have ended up like a lot of wrestlers who aren't long for the world, right? Who have their demons get them. And shout out to him for fixing it, right? Kirk says Ric Flair is my GOAT. Ric Flair, this is going to sound really dumb, but Ric Flair, maybe one of the more underrated megastars of all time, because not enough is talked about how he gets in that plane wreck, destroys his back, and basically has to change his entire wrestling style to survive in the ring again, and then still gets decades out of that career. Like, he changed everything after that injury and still was so marketable and so smart that he turned himself into a megastar. Also, Timmy says, boo Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan is one of the most important wrestlers of all time for turning wrestlers into megastars, right? And selling tickets and Andre and WrestleMania and all that. His in-ring work, he is so overrated. So overrated. I will scoop you. I will give you a leg drop. I will Hulk up. Lather, rinse, repeat. Hey, Kirk, have you ever seen Jay Lethal and Ric Flair go at it in TNA? That's the best back-and-forth promo of all time. Copy. 1 minute back. Copy. Timmy, I think recency bias would make people lean to Edge because Chris Jericho has soured on so many people. I think Chris Jericho's ability to reinvent himself so many times and be the guy who was looked over in WCW and decades later here, I think Chris Jericho's one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. I honestly do. And I say that as a guy who loves Edge. But the recency bias, I think, would make people lean Edge. I think Chris Jericho needs his flowers. I think he's great. Aloha, Rachel. Thank you. We'll be back in a few seconds. All right, welcome back to Blazers Game Day. Time now for our keys to the game. What do the Blazers need to do to get a victory over the Miami Heat? First off, they're going to have to find a way to make sure Donovan Clingan does not get in foul trouble. I mean, that's going to be huge. For those of you just tuning in, Donovan Clingan is getting the start tonight. Both DeAndre Ayton and Robert Williams are out, so the Blazers definitely need to make sure he does not get in foul trouble, because if you end up going to Jabari Walker or Dwap Reith against this Miami team, guys like Adebayo and all, you're going to be in for a rough time, right? So you got to make sure your defensive, your big, your little anchor there stays out of foul trouble and stays on the court. And then conversely, we do know that Donovan Clingan has struggled at times to play big minutes, right? So if he gets in there tonight and he's sitting there at 25, 30 minutes, then when they do go either a small center with Jabari, or, they throw Dwap in there, I guess he's kind of a small center too, those guys need to be up to the task. They need to absolutely be ready. What they need to do is they need to take a page out of Chris Murray's book. And what I mean by that is Chris Murray has been so good in recent weeks, just doing exactly what he needs to do, whether he's playing 5 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever, right? And so Dwap and Walker need to be ready to do the exact same thing. That needs to happen. And then, of course, Denny's been good on the glass. Two's been good on the glass. Clingan, obviously, very, very good on the glass. The Blazers need to show up in that aspect tonight. I did not like the fact that they were destroyed on the glass in that Dallas game, 53-43 in favor of the Dallas Mavericks. Clean the glass. Don't let Miami get those offensive boards. Don't let them get out in transition. Do the best you can to control the game. And then third, it's not more so a team key to the game, but a key to the game nonetheless, is getting Deni Avdija back right. Obviously, he only had, 9 points in that loss to the Mavericks. It was 4 of 12 from the floor. Good rebounding, still had 4 assists in the game, but I think that's already proven early on that this team is at its best when Denny is cruising. When Denny's cruising, this team is doing well, so they need to have him get going. But I do think the major key is going to be Donovan Clingan. If he gets into foul trouble and he can't stay on the court, it's going to be ugly, and they need to make sure they fix it. But those are my keys to the game. That's what the Blazers need to do to get a win over the Miami Heat. And, hey, Coach Spo's in town. They got drama. It's just, as we talked about in our Cold Hard Facts segment, it's just kind of nice it's happening to someone else this time around. And it's the someone else who just told Portland fan they needed to sit down, shut up, and do exactly what Miami Heat fans said. Nuh-uh. That's not how it goes. Now, if you're watching on YouTube and you see me wearing this flashy Hawaiian shirt today, it's because it is Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Night here at the Trailblazers game. So make sure you get down there. If you're just listening, you're like thinking about coming, hey, there's still an hour and 10 minutes to tip off. Go get your tickets right now, where a portion of tonight's proceeds will benefit Calo HCC. Who we had Lay on representing Calo earlier in the show. We'll get that interview posted to our YouTube later, since our YouTube stream had some audio issues. But Calo actively participates in the promotion, perpetuation, and practice of the Native Hawaiian culture and values. And they do a lot in the community with the Pacific Islander community. And they're here. A bunch of other organizations are here. Right next to me, actually, they're doing some henna tattoos if you want to come get some henna. There's origami over in section C14. Let's see, Calo HCC is actually going to be having a booth there that you can go find. I'm trying to see where that's located, but you can find more from them at calohcc.org. There's an auction. You can bid on autographed Trailblazers items on our online auction, with proceeds going to Calo HCC. The 50-50 raffle proceeds will go to Calo HCC. There's obviously special Asian American Pacific Islander heritage merch that you can buy. There's a pregame parade. Plenty of stuff going on. There is Adrian Dawn, Filipino American, will be the national anthem singer, and plenty more. Like, I can't even go. I mean, there is a laundry list of stuff going on tonight here at Moda. So get down here and watch the Blazers take it to the Miami Heat. I know that we have tank teams, right? Like there are plenty of people in Blazer fandom, right, who want the team to tank, and I get it. You want the team to lose. You want them to get a better draft pick. I mean, Cooper Flagg did just set the ACC freshman record with 42 points, so he's pretty good. But if there's going to be just a handful of wins in a year, like ones you like getting one against Damian Lillard because it just feels right to say, hey, you left this, and here we go. We're going to get a win. And then of all the teams in the NBA, get a win over the Miami Heat. Do not give Miami Heat fan a reason to get on social and use their Twitter thumbs to get you. Right? Get the dub. Get the dub. If there is a team in this league that you want to get a win over, it's the Miami Heat right now if you're the Portland Trail Blazers. And we'll see what happens tonight as they get out there. Now, Kirk says Cooper Flagg, 42 points, lose, lose, lose. No. I'm not a fan. Carl says, tank what? What's that? Do tell. You know what I'm talking about, Carl. Don't mess this up. Don't try to mess with me. Getting ready to close the show, and you're trying to throw me curveballs. I know. Carl must be like me. He must be team win. I don't like tanking. I don't. You guys know that. I've defended it many a times. Too much can go wrong with a tank. Too much can go wrong. I don't like it. But as Kirk pointed out, Cooper Flagg's really darn good. 42 points, an ACC freshman record. That's something to write home about. That's no small potatoes. He's very, very good. Draft is very deep, or so I'm told. I'm not a draft expert yet. I usually wait till the end of the season when I can actually start focusing on college basketball and going through tape and all that. But hey, you know what, Kirk? If you win against Miami tonight, but then you drop a couple, you're going to be fine. Everything's going to balance out. Portland's poised to still be in a good spot come draft lottery night. So why not go get a win while you can? Makes sense to me. I also just had to deal with Miami fan on social. We all did. Want a reason to shut him up. Just feels good. All right, this is Blazers Game Day. Chris Burkhardt here with you. You can follow me on social at Chris J. Burkhardt. And, of course, follow us on social at Rip City Radio 620. Get us on Instagram and Facebook, Twitter. Get plenty of content. Make sure you're following Hikin as well. Our Rose Garden Report, Trailblazers Insider, to get all the content you guys need. But the music's on, so that means it is time to go. This has been Blazers Game Day. Chris Burkhardt here with you. But don't go anywhere. Keep it locked in, because as soon as we're done right here, Chad Dewey's got the Trailblazers pregame show on the Trailblazers Audio Network. And then Travis Demers has the call, 7 o'clock, Blazers Heat, right here on Rip City Radio 620. And when it's all said and done, make sure you're coming right back here, because it's the fifth quarter, where, as always, even though Kirk doesn't want it, hopefully we're breaking down a Trailblazers victory. Hey, Bruce, how you doing?